I'm hungry, so I'm going to make myself some peanut noodles. And I figured I might as well just have fun and show you how I put together a meal on the fly late at night after I get home from work. So I'm gonna cook everything on the stovetop here, set up the camera. If it bounces around, it's because the microwave is bouncy, and I'm sorry for that. Let's see, get bored. Go. Right, so peanut noodles are something that I make late at night when I'm hungry, when I don't feel like cooking anything really complicated. And I say that in, I don't know, the full sense of the term, I guess. This is easy for me. Might not be easy for everybody, but this is how I roll. So I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil. I cook only with olive oil. And I'm going to add some garlic. And then I'm going to add some veg in here. I've got some mushrooms. And I have some carrots and peppers I think I'll probably put in there, and I have a little bit of spinach. So I'm going to do that. I got my composter behind me. So, yep. I'm just going to go for it. A little bit of garlic here. Chop that up. And I'm going to get some garlic or some carrots and some spinach and stuff out of the fridge. Alright, here we go. Got some stuff. Carrots. It's probably too much carrot, but we'll see how it goes. Peel this first. Got a little bit of music playing in the background, didn't want to put it on too loud. Some pretty random karaoke stuff, so I'm just singing along. I'm sorry if I start singing randomly. Not my intention, but it's late and I'm tired. It was a long night and a longer drive home. I thought I was gonna get home relatively early tonight, but it took me an hour to get home when it normally takes me 20 minutes. There's a lot of closures on the highways right now. It's construction season in Quebec. And the highway that I normally take is closed on weekends. So I thought, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to take another highway. It's a little bit longer, but it goes around the back way. And I know it's open. Except it wasn't open tonight. More construction, unexpected construction. The highway was closed on one side, so we were detoured onto the opposite traffic lane. And then when I finally got to the point where I was going to come back onto the regular side of the highway, there was big barriers in the way, and so I ended up getting detoured onto a portion of the highway that's kind of like an expressway, and so I had to drive all the way to the next town over to get back home. So in the end, it took me about an hour to get home when it takes me 20 minutes. So that was a whole lot of fun when I thought I was going to have a nice quiet evening early coming home. But I guess that's how it goes, so. Alright, so I'm just heating up my pan, throwing in my carrot sticks. Like I said, this is one of those really fast sort of meals, comes together really quickly. I throw some stuff in that I have in the fridge. It's good to use up just vegetable bits that are sitting around in the bottom of the drawer. Or not, depends on what I've got going. This would be just as good with just garlic, noodles, soy sauce. But I got some stuff, so might as well put some stuff in there. Alright, we'll Grab some chopsticks. Because why not cook with chopsticks if you have the opportunity, right? What else am I putting in here? There's a lot of carrots. This might end up being a really veggie full. Yeah, I'm gonna save the peppers for another time. But I will put some spinach in there because I got a whole lot of spinach. That's one heck of a box of spinach. But it'll shrink. Oops, sorry about that. It'll shrink, so we're just gonna put that there. And I'm definitely gonna put the mushrooms in because they'll shrink too. Hi, Linky. Do you want some peanut noodles too, Linky? Alright, what else we got here? Some soy sauce. Some sesame oil. Some rice wine vinegar. And peanut butter. That's the important one. And we're going to need water. That's how this whole thing cooks. I'm going to grab a measuring cup. There we go. And the base for all of this is a good old standard package of ramen noodles, so it makes it really easy to pull together fast. There we go. So I went with beef flavor. I just bought a case of these things. And I'm going to hold on to that soup mix because that'll be my flavoring here too. So I'm going to put that over there. Alright. Let's get this cooking here. Doesn't take long. Everything kind of boils up in the water with the noodles. So say maybe with the chopping of the veg, 10 minutes. And you can snack while you're working on it, because why not? Tasty stuff. I think I'll get myself something to drink while I'm doing this. Big glass of water. Big night at the restaurant, so good to drink. Go. These carrots are cooking nice. Like I said, it doesn't take long. Alright, I'm going to add in the garlic. Give that a little bit of a cook. Add in afterwards because I don't want it to burn. And I'm going to throw these mushrooms. I'm going to do them all. It's going to be a lot of veg. Alright, clean chopstick. Don't judge. There we go. Saving on dishes. Oops. Get back in there, you. There we go. So all that oil has got like a nice orange color to it from the carrots. And now the mushrooms are going to kind of pick that up. Let me get to the bottom because I don't want that garlic to burn. I might add a little bit more oil just because mushrooms are like sponges. I'm going to soak all that up. There we go. Need some sizzling. See, it's starting to saute, so I'm going to make a hole in the middle here. I'm going to take the noodles and put that right smack in the middle there. All the little bits are important. And then I'm going to add in water. I want enough water to cover the noodles about halfway. And they're all going to get soaked up, so I'm going to add a little bit more. Because this is going to come to a boil, and the boiling is going to cook the noodles and the vegetables, but it's also going to make my sauce. There we go. Keep that in case I need some more. Now I add my flavors, so I'm going to go with a little bit of soy sauce, a little splash. You can kind of play around with this if you want a little bit more or a little bit less. The rice wine vinegar. Pour it in the middle because it's going to boil, so it's going to mix into all of that. A little bit of the sesame oil. That's for flavor. You don't cook with sesame oil because it burns stuff. Go for a little bit of kick tonight, and I'll add a little bit of chili flakes in there. That should be good. And I don't do salt and pepper, I just add the little beef broth packet straight in there. So that's going to give a bunch of flavor too. There we go. So that's all going to come to a boil. All that water is going to get absorbed into the noodles. And what doesn't get absorbed in the noodles is going to go dilute the peanut butter to make my sauce. So all that flavor that I just added in there is going to get mixed up together with the peanuts and with the water. You can stir it up a little bit, get any of the stuff that's stuck on the bottom of the pan. That's all flavor, you want that. I might turn it down just a notch. This is super easy to do with 2 or 3 people too. As many packages as you can fit in your pan, including vegetables obviously, so the more noodles you have, the less vegetables you have, so dose that accordingly. And these noodles take basically 3 minutes to cook, so you know, you can kind of just flip them over, cook up a little bit more on that side. You want it a full boil, because otherwise you're going to end up, hello Linky, yes, I'm making noodles. You want a full boil because you want a lot of that liquid to boil off, otherwise you're just going to end up with peanut soup, and that's not what we're going for here. And you see I kept the spinach. That spinach will take about 30 seconds to cook down, so I don't want to mess with that too much. You see the noodles are cooking up nice. And the water is boiling down, which is good. It's easier to add more water if you need it than to take it away, because you're just going to overcook your vegetables and your carrots. So definitely go with less water and then add some if you need it for cooking the noodles. I'll take you there, I'll take you there, to me. Alright, so this is coming out good. I'm going to test one of these guys. Almost. You might want a little bit more chew on your noodle. Like I said, these cook fast, so I don't mind them. Ooh, it's got a good kick to it too. That's nice. Just like a dream, alright, so we're going to add this in. Like I said, that'll take about 30 seconds. There we go. Down in there. This is a natural peanut butter. It's got no sugar. It's got good chunks of peanut in it. It's basically just like adding a peanut paste to anything, which is why it's great for a sauce base. Having key. Morale, what do you want? Do kittens like peanut noodles? Hey? What? Do you want peanut noodles? Do you want peanut noodles? Maybe. Alright, so my liquid is cooking down quite a bit, so I'm going to add in my peanut butter now. You want a good dose of this, a couple of decent spoonfuls. That's going to be enough for one portion there. And turn down the heat a bit so you don't cook off too much more of that liquid. And start stirring this in so that it dilutes in the water and liquid that's still there. Now it's kind of clumped up in those noodles. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, this is an awesome song. Sweet Caroline, ba ba ba, good times never seem so good, so good, so good, so good. Just like my peanut noodles, they're so good too. Alright, so the peanut is mixing in nicely. I think I'm going to turn off the heat now. And see how it's getting nice and creamy in there? You just kind of keep stirring until you're really happy with the results. There's too much liquid, just keep boiling it. But this is probably going to thicken up really nice. The reason it thickens up like that is one, because you cook off most of the liquid. And two, because the starch from the noodles comes out into the water, and the starch will naturally thicken up the liquid. So now I'm getting a nice, rich, thick, peanutty sauce. And as it sits in my bowl as I'm eating it, it's going to absorb even more. And so I will have just this really nice, rich, thick, creamy peanut sauce on my noodles. So that's looking pretty good. I'm going to put this aside, move this out into the cupboard. So good, so good, so good. I'll get out a bowl. Alright, and time to plate this up. So we're gonna grab some of those noodles. Make a mess everywhere. Plating is not a clean thing, I'll tell you that. Those beautiful plates you see in restaurants, somebody is taking their sweet time to do that and to wipe the crap out of that dish afterwards, because believe you me, they are not getting any of that stuff on the plate properly. But I'm gonna just pour this here. Make sure I get all those mushrooms. Go. Down. Big mess on the side of the bowl. Why not? That's how it goes when you're eating at 11:30 at night. But we can still garnish it. So I'm just gonna throw some sesame seeds on there for a little bit of crunch. More because I like sesame seeds. There you go. peanut noodles. All done. I'm gonna go eat this now. Have a great night, everybody.